binaural audio. Why is there an N rather than just saying bioral? Nobody knows. Because bi ends in like a Y sound, so bioral, it's not like it's hard to say. But sure. Act 5. Forever. So I feel like now we're in the final act. Because it's theater and stuff. It's going to be a 5-act play. I just wasn't sure earlier in the game if it was a 3-act play or a 5-act play. Continue. This loading screen, too, I think makes it pretty clear what happened to the ship he was on later on when he took the acting job and stuff. Okay, so just really fast, we'll review these. If I can see what numbers are what. 1 is here. No, that's 4. 3, 2. Is that? Oh, that's 1 on the far end. I thought that was 7 for a second. Yeah, so here's 1. We'll just go through these really fast so you get an idea of the whole recording together, what we have so far.
Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 2 3. Testing 1 2 3.
Oh. So 1 was pretty much useless. Okay, I forgot that it was a big testing reel. Yeah, okay, that's not helpful.
We are now entering the eastern part of the borough. This particular area holds a special place in my heart as I grew up not far from here myself. A few things have changed, it seems, for better or worse. I see children playing in the streets, not a care in their little minds. If it wasn't for their shabby clothes, one could almost forget about the crushing poverty that plagues so many of the local families. But what do we have here? A boy, sitting on a park bench, alone. Perhaps he won't mind if we pick his brain a bit. Good morning, young man. What's your name? Good morning, young man. What's your... Morning. Good man. Your morning. What's your name?
James?
Okay.
So, James, am I correct to assume you live somewhere nearby?
Yes?
With your family?
My sister.
Oh, you have a sister. Splendid. And what about your parents?
Father.
Oh, well, let's start with your father. He must be proud of such a strapping young lad as yourself.
He is not.
How about your sister? Is she,
She's everything.
I see. You spend a lot of time with your sister.
She's always there. And she will be. Forever.
I'm now starting to wonder if after his sister, I assume his sister dies at some point, and then after his sister dies, I'm also starting to wonder now whether her like spirit kind of haunts him, stays with him.
Tell me, James, do you like sitting here in the park?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I think I do. Out here, I could be anyone.
Truly? You can be anyone you want?
I think I don't need to be. I can play anyone I want. forever.
There you go. Your dreams can stay with you forever. Yeah. So anyway, so I wonder if, because he says like his sister will be with him for forever, for example, also. So I'm starting to wonder if maybe her ghost is still around or something. Tragedy of mythic proportions. British cruise ship perishes at sea. Half of the passengers lost. Nautical experts and laymen. I think we may have read this before, but it always seems like shine. Like maybe there's more information on it. I don't know. Nautical experts and laymen alike are shocked to learn that the state-of-the-art cruise liner sunk to the bottom of the Atlantic in the early hours of the morning. The ship's maiden voyage turned out to be its last. See, I can already tell I've read this before. Hey, Faux Fox, no worries. It's no problem that you're late. Tragedy struck on the 5th night of the voyage when a fire broke out in one of the engine rooms. Despite the attempts from the crew, the flames spread throughout the lower decks, causing a massive explosion in the boiler room that breached the integrity of the hull. While the exact number of casualties is still unknown, latest estimates claim that just over 1,000 passengers and crew, approximately half of just over 1,000 passengers and crew, approximately half perished to the fire or were lost to the cold depths. So this is the tragedy of the ship that I believe our character James was on as an adult, and it sank. And I feel like either he died or in the process, and this is all kind of remembering things and dealing with, you know, the consequences of his actions in life and stuff, or he saved his own skin at the sacrifice of other people, unwilling sacrifice of other people, and now after the fact he's dealing with that reality while he's still alive. Maybe he's in an asylum or something. Anyway, I re-listened. I don't know if re-listened is a word. Anyway, I listened again to this set of recordings, and effectively, and so the guy that was doing the recordings, a reporter or something, met James, us, as a little boy, and he talked to us in the park, and he said, "Do you have any family in the area?" And he goes, "My sister." And then he said, "Do you have any parents?" And he said, "My father." And he goes, "Let's start with your father. Your father must be proud of you, isn't? Or must be proud of a strapping young lad like you, right?" And James said, "He is not." And he said, "What about your sister?" And he said, "You spend a lot of time with your sister?" And he said, James said, "She's everything." And he said, "She'll be with me for forever." And so I was just commenting before you posted in the chat that I'm wondering whether she died. All kinds of things point to his sister dying when they were young. I don't know that that's true, but there are all kinds of clues. They might be red herrings, but there are all kinds of clues pointing to his sister dying when he was a boy. And probably in the course of protecting him. Maybe from the father's wrath, maybe from something else that was happening. I'm not sure. In any case, yeah, I believe the two of them stowed away on a ship that either that RMS Odyssey we just read an article about, or that one we read an article about is the ship where we are now that shipwrecked later in life for him. Assuming that's even a thing, I'm still not sure if that's true. Anyway, his sister died. And when he says she'll be with him always, maybe his sister's haunting him. It's really hard to say for sure what's happening altogether unless you think about it a lot. And I haven't really thought about it much. So I'm sure if I started thinking a lot about it and tried to put pieces of the puzzle together, I probably could figure more stuff out. When you see me again, it won't be me. Yeah, and then there's this set of slides. Shows you a bit of the ship leaving and people who were on the ship, I think, as well as the tragedy that destroyed the ship. They're a little bit out of order, I think. Like there's an explosion here, but some of these other people, I think, were maybe their pictures were taken before the fire even broke out, right? But this, I think, could be from somebody who died in the shipwreck. So could that. Anyway, this might be, it's hard to say, but this might be James and his sister, but it's hard to say for sure. What's his sister's name? Lily? I can't remember now. Anyway, so, and then that will, you go through there and you get the whole, we're going to reload stuff and you can't go that way. So we'll come back up here. We found one of 4 possible things. So I'm pretty sure we're not completing this. Like at all. At all. I've already done that. Alright, we come back here. And there's, whoops, not what I meant. This. I thought there was a ship that got grabbed, but whatever. Okay, anyway. And then there's the set of these movie posters that could fit on here that we won't find, I think. No, we won't find all of them. I think 2 here. Obviously 3rd there. 4. 5, 6. And I feel like we'd find maybe half of those. Maybe. Half of those in this act. This is Act 5. So. Oh, they are. Alright, well, I don't know. It's really easy to add re in front of something, even if it's not actually a thing and people kind of get the idea what you mean. But re-listen sounds odd to me, though. It doesn't sound like it ought to be a word. Apparently it is, because you looked it up, but it doesn't sound like it should be a word to me. But, you know, whatever. It is what it is. All right, I don't remember if we actually watched this last time, but even if we did, apparently we have to redo it, so. Huh. Well. And I'm more than willing, even with English, even though I have a degree in English and I write and stuff, I'm more than willing to admit that I might be wrong if I have a guess at something that I'm not certain of. I mean, there are hundreds of thousands of words in the English language, so it's very easy that I could think something's a word that it's not, and it's not a word, or vice versa, so that's fine. Could be. I would think it's probably straightforward. I don't know for sure because I didn't know it was a word. But I would expect it to be straightforward. I wouldn't expect it to be a terribly complicated set of conditions to get it to be applicable. All right, Act 5. Here we go. Probably the last act, although obviously I don't know, but probably the last.
soon to let go. Too late to turn back. The eyes of eternity are once again upon him. He stares back.
Too soon to let go. Too late to turn back. Yikes. I feel like we're going to probably die in this or something. We'll see. There are, like I think you pointed out before, right? There are multiple endings. So we will see what happens. But I feel like this is probably not going to be great for us. This place, it feels so familiar, like I've been here before, and yet I cannot find my way. There has to be a way. Okay. And that's locked. Intermingled with all of the barnacles and stuff, there's either a mannequin with barnacles and stuff on him or a mummified body. I don't know which one that's supposed to be. Yeah. I don't know if I want to know what that noise is. It sounds like some creaking, like walking around or something. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, I've always been a bit of an odd cat. I used to, when I was a little boy, open up the dictionary and read it, almost like reading a book, because I was really hungry to learn more words, to learn what everything meant. I never succeeded in learning all the words in English or anything, but I'm sure that I'm positive there are people who have bigger vocabularies than I have, but I have a fairly large vocabulary for that very reason, because I would just ingest copious quantities of vocabulary. I wouldn't put it past that theory, this all being imaginary, being impossible. I feel like probably no, but it's definitely possible. Like, there's a lot of stuff that still has to happen in the final act. We're 80% of the way through the game, but because of the type of game this is, there's still a lot, tons that can be revealed in the last 20% of the game. Also, there are, as things have been going along, bits of information have been sprinkled about in such a way that you have, it's not infinite or anything, but a large number of paths that the story could take. So it's difficult. There've not been very many reveals up to this point in the story, right? There've been some. We know, for example, that Lily and his sister used to do everything together as kids. And she was older than he was, and she always would direct their playtime. She was the captain, he was the first mate, and that kind of thing. And they played that a lot, it seems. A lot of playing captain and first mate, or pirates, depending. I don't know if they always played pirates or always played Royal Navy or something. But anyway, they played that kind of thing often. And we know that their father was awful. Just a horrendous, disgusting, despicable man who cared more about gambling and drink than he did about his children. Probably abused his children. Possibly was the cause of the sister's death, although we don't know that for sure. And we also know that at some point, Lily, I believe that's her name, the sister, and James, us, they got separated. And then James met someone or something, perhaps an entity rather than a person or something, that he discussed being alone with, and that he'd separated from Lily, and that he was wanting to find his sister again. Yeah, I really don't like the way this game is heading. Not meaning don't like as in it's a bad game. I'm enjoying the game. I don't. I feel the story is going to end in tears.
Do you see now? You tried to fix me. Instead, you broke yourself.
Yeah. See, I feel like something bad happened to Lily. She wasn't dead. She either was emotionally scarred and hurt or physically hurt, and he tried to repair her injuries, but in his way, in his little boy way, he doesn't understand what is okay and what's not, and so in the process cause himself more problems. Right, exactly. You know, it's situations like those where I wish I could be Daddy Warbucks. Just have boatloads of money and just point to children that I know have a hard life and just say, if you want to escape your hard life, you can come live with me and I'll take care of you. I will spend time with you. I will help teach you. And I will hopefully give you a better life than you've got. I would probably just have like a mansion with a whole bunch of bedrooms, and all the bedrooms would be like one bedroom for each of the kids. And then I would live in my own room. You know, I'd sleep in whatever in my own room. And then of course there would be other rooms in the mansion too, like a big dining room and a living room and stuff like that, where people could congregate and do stuff together if they wanted to, but they all had their own rooms and had plenty of stuff in their rooms as well. Sweets to the sweet. I don't like it. I don't like it. No. And a bunch of mirrors. Is this going to be really bad with the whole mirror thing? I feel like the mirrors are going to be bad news. So far, nothing bad with the mirrors. And then Sweets to the Sweet is upside down on this side. Okay. Whoa! Sweets to the sweet, bitter for the bitter. Okay. Oh. That moved in the way and I can no longer go through here. Oh. Wow. Maybe I don't want to be on that side anymore. I don't like it. Why are you right friggin' there? So that was an anchor, basically, that rammed through. Okay. It doesn't even have a face. It's like a Lovecraftian-ish thing. Lovecraftian-ish? Anyway. You know what I mean. Ah. Nah, really? Okay, so when that happens, what am I supposed to do? Where am I supposed to go, I wonder? Okay. Ah. Well, there's that too. But it still doesn't. Still doesn't make it okay, of course. Okay, read that. That's locked. And that again.
Do you see now? You tried to fix me. Instead, you broke yourself.
Ah. I don't like it. Ha. Maybe I'm supposed to try to run through that or something. I'm not sure. There. It's going anyway. I guess I gotta go.
This place, it sickens me. With all of its clutter and confusion, it is a monument to your weakness, a portrait of your indecision, the wreckage of what never truly was. It is broken, hollow, just like you.
Can't really see anything out of those. Huh. what's going on there. So people are back there, but nothing happens when you go there. Interesting. Oh, we're back in here, and instead of rolling off and breaking, the vase rolled back, or rolling off onto the floor. The vase rolled back up and onto the table. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I am really thankful for my childhood. I had really good parents. I was really fortunate, really blessed. There are, unfortunately, plenty of people who are not in that same situation. Door after door, all lead to where I came from. All lead to nowhere. Cannot get out. Need to get out. These are still blocked, yeah. Okay. Oh, now there's a light here, so you can at least better see what was. Huh. So I guess we're going through this series, this same room over and over, different versions of it, until we run into the monster, but have to run or whatever.
You tried so hard to bring me back. You called out to me from the void. But something else answered.
You tried so hard to bring me back. You called out to the void, but something else answered. That's great. Why does that make me incredibly nervous now? Locked, right? Yeah. I feel like oh no, that's another movie poster, I think. I'm not positive, but I think so. Or approaching that is going to be something incredibly scary. One or the other. I'm not sure which, but one of those two are probably the only options here. Or could be both. Ha, it's a movie poster, except it's just creepy and no title. Great. An elevator again. Gosh dang it. Ooh. I push the left button and the right one comes down? I don't think I like that. Why? Okay. Shut that probably. Okay. Now we're going to go on a super creepy ride, just FYI. So that's great. That was the noise of the monster, but the monster wasn't there. Oh, oh, okay. I'm worried something's going to come behind me, though, from here, too. Okay. Oh, dude, I know. Elevators are like this, what do you call it? The mainstay of horror games. There's always something bad happening in an elevator. Always. It's like if a government, let's talk about the government for a second. It's like if a game has an elevator, you basically know you're screwed. It's like there's nothing you can do. You're done if there's an elevator.
A broken body can be rebuilt, but some wounds go deeper. So much deeper.
Well, I don't want them to go deeper. Oh, whatever. I don't think that's gonna do anything. Xexor, I'm pretty sure you're not gonna SOS your way out of here. Although you might be est. Were you trying to be clever there? I thought it was a little clever. Okay, Scotsman, you say so. Pretty sure you're wrong. It's not clever, but yeah. This isn't even an elevator, really. This is like a, I don't even know, like a Disney ride. On like a big horror ride or something that you're just going around. If you say so. I guess we're getting out here. I don't know why this would be where we'd get out, but sure. How long has it been? I don't remember anymore. So hard to remember. I feel myself slipping, growing thin, and it keeps growing. It won't let me go. That's freaking jerk. Let him go. Jerks. Xexor, why you make an alliance with some monster or something? What do you mean? I didn't make an alliance with a monster. Yeah, you did, like, not you, but not you, Xexor, but like James. He made, like, he go like, hey, monster buddy, I want to find my sister. You want to help me? I mean, I know you like horrible monster and thingy and scary and all, but maybe you help me find my sister. Don't know that's what happened, but... can I go over that? I mean, I can't go back, right? It's locked? Yeah. Okay. Is this even a thing? Can I even get over this? I can't jump, so... I guess we'll run it. Oh. It's not actually burning me, so I guess I don't need to run. Although that's still creepy, but you know. Is this going to be another doorways thing where the things turn to me and attack me as I go by? I guess we'll find out. Hi. Okay. Move your creepy ass. Okay.
Poor little Jimmy. Poor, weak, pathetic little Jimmy. Always the victim. Always the burden. An anchor, dragging me down.
No, what? What the how? Oh. Whew. It's a good thing I saw the hole with the light. Jeez, dude. Crapping. Okay. Gosh, more of this. There weren't enough of you guys earlier. Now there's got to be. What is? Can't really see what they're doing inside there. Just some of the crew or something? Some of these things I'm not sure exactly if these are people that James or Jimmy encountered at different points, or if they're just people from the ship that went down. I feel like they might be just people that, they're mannequins, but you know what I mean, like representing people that died in that process.
I guess I never had a chance, did I? Neither of us did. We never should have lived this long. Forever is a very long time. Sometimes it's better not to be, to burn away completely. There's no place for me here. Only you, whoever that is. I hope you'll be brave this time. I don't think I can. I cannot. You cannot help me.
You cannot help me anymore. Is that... I thought we were looking at ourselves earlier at different points in the game, right? Where there's a little boy. I thought that was Jim or James at different points from his childhood, or a representation of James anyway. But I don't know now. Or maybe it's just James saying that things are hopeless. Like, you can't help me, meaning like present or later life version of James cannot help the early version of James or something. I'm not sure. Not sure what he's reaching for. Couple of them trying to get. Are they? I don't know what that would be for. I don't know enough about ships, so I don't know what that would be. I could see if there were some kind of a self-destruct mechanism or something. I could see multiple people needing to pull levers or something at the same time. Maybe on a normal ship, maybe there's some kind of a balancing. The ship's getting off balance and they're trying to balance it out, so they're coordinating, letting some water in and pushing some other water out. I don't know that you really do that though in a ship, right? If there's a puncture below the water line, I don't know if you can really do much other than just try to get the water out in general. I don't know if like shifting it around or something is really going to help things. But like I said, I don't know enough about ships, so I am very possibly completely wrong.
This was to be my final work. To reclaim what was lost. To let go of the stolen fire. To reignite the true flame. But now the spark. It is almost gone. It is lost. Hopeless. Just like you.
I'm starting to feel like maybe the narrator is the friend that James found as a little kid, and it's been with him throughout his life, haunting him. Maybe it's not Lily haunting him. I feel like maybe it's this other entity of some kind. As long as you're not chasing me down, I don't care if you stand up suddenly. I mean, it's creepy, but it's fine. I don't care. Okay, there's a dead end suddenly. Up, up, up we go. I guess that's a carpet with sediment and stuff from the ocean and or barnacles and stuff growing on it. I think that's what that's supposed to be. Yeah, could be. That's not creepy at all. Half a sort of wolf thing coming out of... Jeez. I don't like you. Still can't see out. Probably should do that. In case I have to leave fast. And if I die in the process of this, I'll reload and then I'll know not to open the door initially.
A life that was never yours. Dreams you had no right to dream. Too scared to be yourself. Too weak to be anyone else.
Can't really read it. There's not, you can't hit space to get text. I mean, it's an autograph of some kind. So I suppose it's just James's autograph to somebody later on. Maybe. Maybe? Hopefully not an entity of guilt. Yeah, I don't know. It clearly has its own designs. Why? Yeah, I feel like maybe I go now. Whoa. So that opened. The Creepo twins are there. Okay, let's go to where it opened, I guess. Oh. Maybe I want to go to where the Creepo twins are first. Or are they gonna Power Rangers it and merge into the horror thing that's stalking me? I don't know. Oh, they're dead now? What the? Okay. Twins are bad news. Twins summon the monster. Got it. For future reference, FFR, no twins. Twins bad. Got it. I'm still not technically sure if the twins are always bad, but I'm just going to make the assumption that they are. Given what just happened there, I'm just going to assume that they are bad news. Because I feel like, again, I think I said this previously. I'm not positive. I think so. I think the monster that stalks us is like our conscience. Sort of. Like it's our guilt. And if it gets us, we basically go insane from all of the past transgressions we've committed. But if instead we get away from it, we are still in this kind of limbo where we're slowly confronting our past without fully acknowledging responsibility for it. I think safe, quote unquote, in this game is not actually safe. It's just avoidance, avoiding responsibility, avoiding guilt. But because the point of the game, I think, is your character going through and over time finally coming to grips with everything, whatever that ends up doing in the end game of it, the monster making us collapse in guilt effectively is game over. It kills us. but kills us. I think it makes us go insane or whatever. But if we can hold off and just get stuff piecemeal, we continue in this fantasy land, so we never confront the guilt, or we at least get the guilt spoon-fed to us long enough that we can somehow deal with it all. Hey, DKS, what's going on? I've been on most Saturdays and Sundays. In fairness, there have been some that I've missed. I was gone the weekend of New Year's, or the weekend before New Year's, I should say. Was I gone since then? I can't remember. I feel like I've been here every weekend since then. Early in the week, maybe around Tuesday, I started having this weird thing, like soreness in my throat. And so I wasn't sure if I'd be able to stream this weekend or not. Just depended on how things worked out with whatever it was in my throat. But it did end up working out. I think it's pretty much healed up. It could have been an illness or something. I almost feel like maybe I only slightly pulled a muscle or something in my throat. Because it was like, it only hurt pretty much when I swallowed. Well, so in the beginning, it hurt when I swallowed or when I turned my head really far to the side. Like, then it would hurt a little bit here. Right here. And then when I was like maybe halfway through it, it hurt only when I turned and swallowed. Otherwise, when I normally swallowed, or if I normally turned, it seemed mostly fine. And now it doesn't hurt, even when I go like this and go, it doesn't hurt anymore. So I feel like I maybe strained or very slightly pulled like a muscle or a tendon or something. I don't know. Do you have tendons in your neck? Anyway, a muscle or something like that in my neck. So that I think that's what the deal was. I'm not totally sure, but I think so. All right, another creepo projector, I guess. Let's go and see. I mean, when you start to pull something and everything shakes, is that normally the time when you say, maybe I shouldn't be pulling this? So that's the friend of James, I think. That's from stuff James drew, was basically that, but with a knife, or with a sword. Which is probably bad news. What happens if I put it back a little bit? I am a little confused and a little concerned. Okay. So there basically was just like a mini explosion something or other. Showing us that there are two projectors pointing toward each other, which... Okay. I mean, this could have created some of the earlier level, like some of the things we saw in earlier levels where there was a light puncturing through a wall and then leaving through another wall. This kind of thing is the same, or at least a very similar theme. Or event or design or whatever. Hi. Your head is stuck between the rails of the fence there. Okay. Wherever I go, it follows. I cannot be free of it. A formless shadow. My shadow. It keeps shifting, changing, and I change with it. Well, when you do enough crap in your past, it catches up to you. That's about all I can say. There are a lot of these skull paintings lying around. Das for dang sure. Hi. I've seen this painting before also on other levels. Okay, we have another slide for our projector thingy. Just darkness in there. Isn't darkness my old friend, though? Shouldn't I be able to go in the darkness and it's fine? I am not sure if I want to crouch and try to go under them all, or if I want to try to run and get past them all. I am going to try to run. There was... Oh. I thought there was like a... You can interact with that white thing over here somewhere. Is that not? No. Okay, I'd not expected them all to retract as I came by. That seems strange to me. What does that mean? Okay. They eventually all withdrew. Okay. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, you have your baby. Oh, so you're just saying you haven't been able to stop by. Okay. I was thinking you were saying, DKS, that you had tried seeing me on stream and I wasn't on. And there have been sometimes I've missed, but I've mostly been on every weekend, so I hope your baby and your family, everything's going well for you, man. That's really cool that you've got one. That's really awesome. Kids are the best. I love kids. Kids are so amazing. Even when they get potentially frustrating or irritating, they shout and scream a lot. They don't want to do what you say or whatever. I still love kids. Kids are amazing. Hey, we got Tingle and Link together again. I don't know what's Tingle and Link. I'm not sure what that is. Tingle is good at deciphering maps. Is that from a cartoon, Tingle and Link? I'm not sure what that is. I'm probably out of touch. I haven't watched television for years, actually. I'll catch clips from TV shows on something like YouTube or whatever, or maybe Hulu or something, but I don't really watch television anymore. It's been too long. Even Netflix. I don't even have Netflix anymore. I'll probably get Netflix again at some point, but for the time being, I don't really have time for it, so I don't have Netflix. Oh, Zelda. Right. Right, Link. Link should have clued me in. I don't remember who Tingle is, though. Tingle's good at deciphering maps, huh? I haven't done much with Zelda. I know about Zelda, and I know some of the games, a little bit here and there, but generally speaking, I don't. Okay, I don't know why all the arms were there. That seems unnecessarily creepy. But this is a horror game, a psychological horror game, so. His pick. Oh, DKS's. Yeah, I'm okay. Hang on, I'll tab out for a second. I haven't actually been looking on YouTube itself. Let's see. I'm not actually sure. Huh. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know. I can't really see it right now. It's not showing me chat. It's only showing it this way in the video here. It's not actually showing me chat in the YouTube window that I am watching. So that's fine. That's cool though. So his pick is Tingle also. That's cool. Oh no. It's doing that bow 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 stuff again. Okay. Coins exploding out. What? Oh. Why? Oh, he was shooting apparently. Okay, another movie poster. Probably no name to the movie again. Yep. Okay. There had been someone over there, but then... Wait, there's what? Still shooting. And killed him, I guess? This guy's not there anymore. I mean, yeah. I take it that's what happened. He got shot and killed. Finally, where'd this guy go, though? What the weird? Okay. Okay, so that'll open a big vault door. Who knows where that goes? And we cannot go farther any other way, it looks like. All right. I mean, we could go... Oh, we could go back also. Maybe. Because before, right, we were able to go... Oh. Maybe we can't. No. I thought at one point we were able to go in here. Maybe that's shut off now. Oh, I might have missed something then if there was something there. I thought that might be the next way to go. See, this is part of... It's not the only reason. Sometimes I'm just not attentive. So I'm not going to pretend like it's the only reason. But this is part of why I miss stuff in games. Because when things like this switch things up, I don't know which way to go to get something... like some extra or something in the game versus what will move me on, in which case... Oh, do I need to do this so that turns? There we go. And now this. Still no. What? The deuce. What's the point of this then? But if I move that, then it's gonna... Yeah, see, it'll rotate that still. Oh. Oh, I see. I need to do it just a little bit at a time until so I go up to this one like that. Now we can do it probably. There we go. What? Or all this to get some stupid treasure? Why? Why would we do that? Why? Uh-huh. So the flying coins, got it. That are part of a symphony.
An empty shell cannot live forever.
I cannot reach that heart. So I clearly cannot do anything with that. An empty shell cannot live forever. Okay. Ready to shut these now? Is that what's happening? I still can't reach that. Okay, something must have changed out here then, I assume? Ah, yeah, that opened. Okay.
It cannot live at all. It can only be.
Don't shoot me, please? Please don't shoot me. I don't want to get shot. Can I select it? There we go. It's always there, one step behind, stretching over me, putting me in. What? Pulling me in. Oh, right. I'll just do it this way. It's always there, one step behind, stretching over me, pulling me in. I'm shedding skin, changing into what? I don't know. Sounds like nothing good. That's locked. All right. So I'm going to go on a limb game and say you want me to go that way. This is kind of cool. This being the sound, the set of instruments playing in the background. It's a high school band playing around with their instruments before the class actually starts. or before the concert begins, warming up your music, your instrument. That's what that is, pretty much. All right. Nothing else this way. I assume this is locked still. Yep. All right, this way. I don't. Now with the shooting guy, I don't know if that's going to continue. I'd like to not get shot.
How many lives have you buried just by merely existing? Existing, but never being. Wouldn't it be better if you just went away?
Existing, but never being. What? To be and to exist mean the same thing, so I don't know. Well, depending on how you use to be, but generally speaking, I should say. There's another poster there, it looks like. Still can't. All of the windows outside are all grimy. Can we get somebody to clean these windows up so I can see what the crap is going on outside? Maybe I don't want to see what's going on outside, though. That's definitely a possibility, too. Ah. Getting caught on the chairs. Chairs are not my friend. Right. So I have 3 on this level, or in this act so far. So there are, it looks like there are only 3 posters I've not found. They may have already been missed. They may be coming up. It's technically probably fairly easy to squeeze 3 more in if they really wanted to. But why? Why Maritime Bell? What? What's happening? Okay. You say so. Oh, hey. Guess what? Squish. Oh, no. Just a rando lemon. Right. Whoop! Why? Why did the color on the screen go like what? I am not understanding. Yeah, probably. You're probably right. I was probably being too complicated on it or overthinking it. And of course, all these apples and things that look like they're floating probably are actually floating. We're probably underwater given all the different sea life growth that's on everything. Barnacles and just all mollusks and all kinds of stuff like that. Which tells you if we are in fact underwater, we're either 1 in our mind, not this isn't reality of course, or 2, we're dead and we're going through things. I kind of suspect it might be the second. Except we don't really have a, well, we have some clues that could be interpreted as James is dead already, but they could equally be interpreted as, like you were saying, Faux Fox, James is alive but not really living. He's not really living his life. He's just kind of existing. Hey, another roll for our narration. Our audio narration, that is. Okay, don't shoot me. You don't have to be the guy that has the gun. But whatever you are or are not, please don't shoot me. Okay. Or attack me for that matter, but I want to go below and see what's down there. Okay, fine. You guys are jerks. Yeah, it's hard to say. Like I said, we actually have evidence that could go either way depending on how you interpret it, so. And it shoots way off into the distance. I don't know what that means, but I don't think we can go. Oh, no, we can go down to go farther this way. Okay. See, now we're kind of bringing some of the themes together. Because now you have that giant friggin' skull, for example, too. Interesting. Okay. Seems not to be doing a whole lot. Okay. I am not sure what that means. And this still does nothing, right? Or, well, effectively nothing. Okay, come on. I grab it, and there we go. Yeah, no. Now that still really doesn't do anything. Huh. I am not sure. I guess I need to go to the treasure. I didn't really have a chance to run or anything there, so that's great. Oh, this again? Oh, man. Okay. I'm probably going to have to run. Ah, yeah, okay. I could hear he was stalking, didn't know how close he was. He who lives more lives lives than one, more death than one must die. So don't go right, go left there, go right. Okay, got it. What are you doing the funky chicken dance for, dude? All right. Ah! So he jumps around now? How's that work? Okay. No. You need to stop doing your thing, dude. Ah! dead end? Okay. Yeah, maybe. Death is a fearful thing. You mean as far as escaping this guy, or you mean in the game overall? I'm not actually sure about in the game overall. What happens? And they closed around me. Okay. I didn't die in terms of fail. I just got transported. I was like, I don't think he was right behind me, but maybe he did a zig when I did a zag. I'm not sure. Overall, finding a pattern? Maybe... Well, so when the monster shows up, is usually either... Well, let me think if this is true. Initially, I was going to say it seems like the monster shows up when either you're in a situation where you have to escape somehow, or you access, maybe it's all the same thing too, a painful memory of some kind from the past, like a really painful memory, something that would be scary to like a little boy. I think in those instances the guilt monster comes out. So in other words, when your memory of past events really haunts your soul, and or your memory of past events is traumatic, then you're at least at risk of the guilt monster showing up.
How many times have I tried to put the pieces back together just to watch them fall apart? I am done. All of us. We cannot be forever.
I mean, what? Oh, they're eyeballs of people, not like apples or things like they were previously. And now we're in another area. Kinda. I mean, it's still creepy, overgrown, undersea kind of a place, but... And they're mannequin heads, but effectively this is a place with heads on spikes. So these are probably people that he somehow interacted with and who suffered as a result of his actions. I'm taking it. The sound in the deep. It's growing louder. Thump, thump, thump. Something's coming. Yeah, no kidding, dude. It's been chasing you this whole time. I was thinking maybe you climb those stairs or something, but they don't really go anywhere anyway, even if you could get over there. Yeah, let's go this way, I guess. There's this also. Finally, I understand the way out. It's here. In me. Me. You. Who are you? What? Okay, hang on. This weird... Would you... Stop. Why? Can I not... Stop. Stop, 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 stop. Okay. Seriously? I have, like... Stop. Okay, hang on. Just stop. Why can I not? Why can this not go away? There. Okay, stop. Oh my gosh. It's weird, stupid. I hit something. It's very strange. And then, hey, Silhouette, welcome. Nice. We got 3 people on. We got, well, if he's still here. We got DKS, we got Phil Fox, we got Silhouette. Gang in the hood, yo. And that's about as close as my white honky ass can get to being black. All right. Yeah, we read that. Okay. So that's on the other side. It's weird. That's a little. I think it's a glitch in the game. You can access stuff on the other sides of the wall. I don't think you're supposed to be able to. Or maybe you can just through the wall like that. That's not weird at all. Okay. Gosh, again.
How long can a man burn before he turns to ash? How could you know of all the wasted years, of all the pain it took to bring you here? You don't even know who you are.
Okay, was I missing? I was doing that in case the fire came after me, but isn't really. Which kind of goes against the idea we're underwater if there's fire. I mean, fire can exist underwater, kinda, but it dies really fast. It wouldn't just keep going unless there was a lot of heat and a lot of fuel, I suppose. Then it could keep going. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you know, not to brag or anything, but all the cool people avoid me.
How many times must a man die before he can truly live? How many times?
Yeah, I mean, you know, not to brag, but all the cool people avoid me. So I'm not sure what you guys are doing on this stream. Like, why? Is this a practical joke or something? But, you know, hi. You're here, I guess. How many times can a man die? So we have 9 lives effectively, and we just keep dying over and over? Maybe?
Look at it. This is what happens when you fail to take control.
There's a mask. When I fail to take control. A mask over a blobby painting over a barnacle encrusted desk. I don't. What do you mean? Look at it. I see the mask. No, it's symbolism. I'm sure, right? The mask obviously represents dishonesty, deceit, hiding things. Uh-oh.
Formless. Just like it crumbles as it must. When the time comes, will you crumble as well?
That was confronting the guilt, I guess, to a point. Assuming it's guilt, but I feel like it's got to be, right? I don't know what else it would represent.
The boy that never speaks. Have you found the voice? Soon, the world will know.
These are all... I think all of these... Like, I think I said this before. I think all of these are representations of the people that he has interacted with who have died or... Yeah, probably died as a result of what he does. The boy without a voice. The boy who doesn't speak, or never speaks. Has he found a voice?
It's bound to be a night to remember.
Repair, restore, rebuild achievement.
Shame I won't be there to see it.
So does it continue to thump and stuff as you're over here? No, it looks like it was a temporary... I don't even know if it was a danger, but a temporary condition where the thumping was kind of coming after you. But it's not right now. And it might again, but it's not right now, apparently. Oh yeah, we're going to go in the recording room again. This might be the end. I don't know that it is, but this might be the end of the game. Because this typically signals you're entering that Nexus area where there's the bed and this thing where you can listen to the audio recordings and the big chalkboard that has parts of the word character as blanks and the thing up, the stairs up above where you have the balcony that has on the walls beside it all those places for the posters. So, oh no, I was saying that you were cool people, but you were mistaken. You'd mistakenly come to my live stream because, you know, cool people don't generally come to my live stream.
You run, but do you know the way? You build one character, you destroy the other. There's no other way. You act on instinct, You see, you react. It's so easy to pull your strings. You hesitate. You look for a better way. Nothing is ever easy. You struggle against the current, fight against all odds. In the end, there is no right or wrong. There is only... James!
Lily! Ah!
James! Listen to me! You have to go!
No! I'm not leaving. I'll find a way to reach you.
I know you will. You're strong. Stronger than you know. We'll be together again. No matter how long it takes, I will find you. I will.
Damn it! Every game I play is sadness. Seriously? Not like we knew this was, not like we thought this was going to have a happy ending, but still. Okay. I mean, we technically don't know what happened to Lily, except that she and James got separated, right? Otherwise, technically, we don't know that anything bad happened to her. I only suspect that bad stuff happened to her. That doesn't mean that it did. Nothing. Okay, just go down the hallway. This game isn't funneling me in a particular direction at all. Like when you can't even open the other doors. Okay, I could try that one. This looks like it's a dead end though, so that door would be the only way to go. Yeah. All right.
What's past is past, what's gone is gone. The door is shut and the curtains drawn.
The lands that are no longer there. The dreams we did not get to share. When all we love is stripped away. A boy must leave. A man must stay. And yet, there is still hope, you see. For you are still a part of me. Although the boy has ceased to be, where there was I, there shall be we. The holy flame, it burns away. It shows us there's another way. Let us be together forever and ever and ever.
What's said is said, it's time to eat. I'm sure you'll find me quite a treat.
flame achievement. There you go. That is the end of the game. Well, interesting. I do think there are still some things that I've not thought about enough. I think there's still some things I've not thought about. That's right. Okay, let me try that again. That sentence is going to get confusing very quickly, I think. There are still some things I've not thought about enough to make full sense of everything in the game. But I do feel like it's what we said, really. I think... So that exchange between the boy and the man at the end, they both are James. The man is what's left when the boy dies, when the boy grows up and goes away. So, because he grew up and he had to just deal with the past, I think he never saw Lily again. I don't know that Lily died, but I don't think he ever saw her again. I think once they got separated, they were permanently separated. And I think that as a boy, after he got separated from Lily, I feel like... hang on. I feel like... Let me think. So he and Lily got separated. They never saw each other again. Shortly after their separation, James wanted to return to find Lily, but he couldn't figure out a way to do it. As children often do, he developed some kind of imaginary friend that he would talk to in trying to figure out how he would go about going back to find Lily. He never did find her again, though. And because he survived, but all those other people on that ship died. Or so many of them died, right? The news article said half of them died. So if so many of them died, he felt overwhelming guilt at surviving. He felt like Lily should have survived, not him. That the other people should have survived, not him. And he carried that guilt and buried it for so long that it festered. And eventually it came out in kind of this nightmarish fashion where his guilt effectively is stalking him. Tony Todd's voice did talk about how that monster would crumble, but James was still around. And then the monster would appear again, but it would crumble again. And James was still around. So I think it's that he started his mental block for all this horrible guilt and horrible things from the past that he'd experienced had started to break down some. And as a consequence of breaking down, he basically once that broke down, he basically had trouble dealing with like anything. Although he had been able to wall it off, protect himself from it for long enough, over time, he stopped being able to do that. And so it got worse and worse and steadily worse. And he finally got into kind of this nightmarish mode, i.e., the game we played through, as kind of a combination of his feelings of guilt, his memories of the past, and his existence in the present all converged. And they're not compatible with each other. Having guilt over something in the past is okay so long as you deal with that guilt, as long as you work through that and accept it and move forward. Learn how to build off of this bad experience and to move forward in life. I think our character in this game, James, was never able to do that. I feel like James would occasionally be confronted with that guilt, but his solution was always to run from it. And so forever running from the guilt eventually amounted to running out of energy to try to get away. And the guilt caught up to him and ultimately consumed him, I think. I think all the different mannequins and things he saw on there and the paintings with the skulls and so on, I feel like those are just people on the ship that he really didn't know, but he saw. Probably in different stages. That he probably saw, and I'm not saying he saw the same person again and again, but he probably saw some people when everything was fine on the ship and they were just stowing away. He saw other people while the ship was in danger, in trouble, before everyone had died. And then he saw some of the people as they were dying or after they had died. And the consequence of that is that even though his greatest guilt was over Lily and being separated and not being able to go back and find her and try to help her, I think his guilt extended to the lives of the other people who also died when James survived. It wasn't just James. There were other people that survived. But I feel like James, because he was a stowaway, he survived. And nobody knew. He wasn't supposed to be there in the first place. So nobody knew that he was actually there. And so as a consequence, nobody ever tried to kind of shepherd him into, you should go seek some help for this to deal with it. And ultimately it broke him. Yeah, that's also possible, right? Because while all these other people had their lives cut short suddenly, the fact that he survived when he felt like he ought not to have survived also became exacerbated when he not only survived, but he became successful as an actor. Yes, I think that's correct. I do think there was some guilt over the death of his mother, yes. But I actually, I don't know. This is the thing. He understood the death of his mother and that his birth caused her death. But I think because of how badly the father treated him as a consequence of that, I don't think he developed feelings of guilt about it. I think the father's darkness kind of squelched any guilt there might have been over the mother. I do think, though, that Lily became not only his sister, but his mother as well. That he looked to Lily as the actual parent. Yeah, his father kept saying things, but what I'm saying is, I don't think he ever. I don't think. Well, he might have at first, but I think over time, he didn't feel guilty about his mother's death anymore. I think the father was so horrible to him that any guilt he might. Because when somebody feels guilty, it's not just that they feel bad about something that happens. They feel bad about what happened, and they want to either run away from that or make amends for that, right? They want to either rectify it somehow if possible, or they want to commiserate with and or comfort somebody struggling with the consequences of whatever happened. I don't think James ever felt that. Well, I mean, ever, I don't know about ever, maybe in the beginning, but I think at some point James didn't feel that anymore. James grew to hate his father so much that he no longer cared to try to comfort his father, that he no longer felt like he had to fix something that couldn't be fixed. I think he at a certain point he just was done. He's like, you know what? I can't help what happened. Sorry, you're going to have to just deal with this. But again, I think in the vacuum of the mother being gone, Lily was his sister tied with his mother, like both in a single person. Lily was both his mother and his sister. And as a consequence, losing her, that really is what struck him, because he basically lost his playmate, but he also lost what he looked at as his parent, I think. And so ultimately it was pretty much, yeah. It was pretty much just too much for him, right? Why does this change? I don't understand. My computer does weird things sometimes. Anyway. So, yeah. So this is the third title from Bloober Team. All of them deal with some level of insanity or mental struggle, at least, but in different ways, right? So the original Layers of Fear deals with an artist who struggles through so much for his craft as well as his wife and family, and things that maybe aren't exactly going smoothly in that area. And between all of that, going through all of that, he kind of breaks mentally. The DLC to that is the daughter of that artist. Also, although I think ultimately she probably did eventually manage to deal with things, but the DLC is the daughter as a child trying to deal with the father's steadily growing insanity, while also trying to maintain her own sanity. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I agree. I think it's not to everybody's taste. That's fine, but I really enjoyed the game. Observer then goes with post-apocalyptic investigator who has the ability to hook in to other people who are either comatose or dead to see visions of what they saw prior to their death in order to try to solve crimes. But in the course of things, gets infected himself and starts to slowly go insane, while also trying to deal with his son, who has gone insane and has this plot to kind of bring down the system, but in the course of things, or pretends to have this plot, but instead, spoiler alert, but instead tricks his dad into using his dad as basically a shell, like a new body. So the son had gone into the system. He was no longer corporeal. His mind, his conscience, had been put into the computers, and he lived there, continued to exist there, but ultimately tricked his own dad into letting him in, and then he took over his dad's body, and so he could walk around like a person again, but be in full control. Depends on what ending of that you get to, because there are other endings, and I'm imagining there are endings where you shut your son down and he doesn't succeed in doing that, but that's his plan, I think. And then Layers of Fear 2 that we just discussed. That's 3 games now in a row that Bloober Team has done, all of which are horror or horror adjacent. I think Observer was technically horror, but I feel like it was more horror adjacent than horror per se. There were some things in the when he went into somebody's mind that were more horror, but overall, and a little bit when he started losing his own mind, kind of more horror, but overall it was not really horror so much as tied to horror themes and that kind of thing. Anyway, am I going to play all the endings of what? This? Or Observer? Or I don't know. I mean, I probably could. I don't think I'm going to do it on stream. What I might do is I might just figure out how to get the other endings. Probably just look it up on a walkthrough, honestly. Find out how you get the other endings and then do the other endings separate videos, but I'll put them in the same playlist. So after the live streamed version, then people can go to just the separate normal videos that I've made for the other endings. I probably will at some point. I don't know. I tend to get overwhelmed with how limited my time ends up being and stuff, but I do plan on doing that at some point. Yeah, hopefully sooner rather than later. Okay, so tomorrow we've almost finished Penumbra. Also, we've not quite, but we've almost finished Penumbra. There now, I don't know how many there are. Hopefully not a ton, but there are now a series of tests that the alien or the intelligence or the invader, whatever it was, that Clarence was kind of part of, the collective. Anyway, is kind of testing my character, giving me puzzles to solve. So depending on how many of those there are and how long it takes me to solve those, but I think probably tomorrow's live stream will be the end of Penumbra. We'll finish that. So then, coming soon will be Call of Cthulhu again, right? We'll continue that on. And then I probably will do one of the games that at least seems shorter out of what I did on my 24-hour, well, not actually 24 because of the internet problem. But anyway, my Halo stream this last year, because I'd like to get going on some of those as well. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, I would highly, highly recommend, before watching the live stream tomorrow, watching last week's stream so you can be all caught up on what all's happened for Penumbra. Anyway, so we'll be doing Call of Cthulhu, and then I'm thinking I might do, what was it called? Omawari? What was it called? No. It started with an M, right? Maybe it didn't start with an M. Was it? It was in Steam, I think, right? So let's see. Probably what I need to do is bring up let's bring this up. Open. I'm going to look at my streaming list and see what it was. Live streams. Halloween stream 2019. games. Okay. Yomawari. Yeah. I'll probably do something like Yomawari, or maybe Don't Knock Twice, because that's a fairly short. I mean, it seems like it's a short one. Mosaic. Well, Mosaic wasn't on my live stream from 2019 though. Is Mosaic already released? It's not out yet, right? Or I thought it was coming, but it's not out yet. Is it out? Maybe it already released. Let me see. No, I don't want to play Sister Location. Oh, it did. Yeah. December 5th. I hadn't realized it already released. Yeah, it released about a month and a half ago. All right. Well, we'll see. I will play Mosaic, but I don't think it's going to be quite next right away. I'm going to play it, but I think I'm not going to do it right away. I'll probably try to get one or maybe two of my Halloween games under the belt first. Oh, is that your son's birthday is December 5th? My mom's birthday is the day after, actually, December 6th. Anyway, so I probably won't play Mosaic immediately, but I will play it soon. I'll play it very, very soon. But I probably am going to try to do one or two. I'm going to do Call of Cthulhu for sure. And then I probably also will try to do one of the other games from Halloween just so that I can be making progress on that. Kind of like I did in 2018 to 2019, where I was doing Book of Unwritten Tales. I was playing that while I was also playing horror. So I'll probably figure out some point and play that in there. I'm also at some point going to play Book of Unwritten Tales 2, but not yet. Anyway, I will make sure it's on my wish list. So I've already got it on my wish list to keep track of it. I just hadn't realized it released already. Yeah, so that will be the plan, okay? So tomorrow we'll just say that we will, assuming we will. Tomorrow we'll finish Penumbra. And then next week we have Friday and Saturday and Sunday. I will be streaming all 3 days now. Whereas I've not been able to the last couple of weeks, but I will be streaming Friday again coming this next weekend. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, next weekend, I will do Call of Cthulhu, probably Yomawari, and then another game, maybe Don't Knock Twice or something, I'm not sure. Anyway, we'll just cover that when we get there. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow for Penumbra. Don't forget to watch last week's so you're all caught up for tomorrow. Till then, peace.